Hey everyone, today we are back in Wild Custom Packs. To get into the Wild Realm in Custom Packs, you basically have to select 3 or more of one type of pet per tier, or if you just get 3 or more in one tier, it'll designate your pack as Wild. I typically show how I create the packs at the beginning of these Wild Pack videos. I'm not going to do that anymore. It takes about a minute, and it's just kind of some fluff in the beginning, so I'm going to try to cut out the fluff and get straight to it. So how I build these packs is I will filter by a specific type, and then I will select every possible pet of that type that's filtered by. So in this case, we're doing the roll pets. And roll synergy, I believe, is one of the strongest in the game. With the very strong synergies that I'm playing in wild packs, what I'm also doing is adding transform pets as well. So the pets that I'm using to fill the gaps, it's a combination of good tempo pets, maybe a scaler here or there, and things that I can use to invest in later, stuff like a crow to get the chocolate, maybe some gold generation type pets. And I'm also doing my tier 6 foods are all starfruit, cornucopia, and conpito. So I find that just keeps it very open and fun to just kind of do whatever. You kind of hope to get a good piece of equipment. Typically you want a specific one, but you just got to kind of take whatever you can get. So that's kind of what I'm doing. It's a pack that's not optimized because I'm just selecting everything in the category, and there's many pets within certain categories that kind of don't work together. It's kind of weird. I think some of the other categories might explain it better. For example, disruption. I always thought it was a snipe category. That was my first wild pack video, was wild snipes. It's actually disruption is the category or type of pet, and that includes snipe pets, and it includes like push pets as well, like chihuahua, donkey, those type of pets. So I thought that was pretty interesting how it's basically a combination of different synergies and they can work together, right? You have like the iguana, which is a sniper that activates off of the push disruption mechanic. But yeah, it's kind of tough with some of the pets. I'll try to call it out in some of the other videos and maybe if we see it here. But yeah, you see pets like Anteater there in the shop, just great tempo. And here's what I realized with the roll synergy. What I want to do in the wild packs, and the reason I'm picking every pet, is because I want to see what stands out. What stands out as the meta within the synergy. And with roll pets, I think it's pretty standard. It's all about maximizing your rolls and basically getting... There's kind of two options that are the meta within the roll synergy. The first one is just straight up ostrich scaling. So you either get the gold generation pets or the roll generation pets, like the Bigfoot you see there. We're using the sausage for the free roll generation as well, so kind of foregoing the protective equipment or anything like that. And I found this is very, very critical to setting up an ostrich. If you set up your team this way, as long as you get the ostrich by turn 11, you can usually scale to the moon. It is pretty insane. That's what we're going to see here. The only problem is the turns get very, very long because you're just rolling and rolling and rolling and getting free rolls and then generating money with the hamster, and it just gets crazy. So what I actually tried to do in this video is once we get the whole setup, I cut the shop phase turns and put them at 200% speed. I took the volume down a little bit because I wasn't sure if it was going to be, how it was going to be. So kind of using this as a test going forward to kind of speed up the process a little bit for some of these longer turns. I'm trying to get very fluid in how I do things, but it's pretty tough, especially with live gameplay, because sometimes you're stuck making decisions and it's really tough to go in and edit like individual turns and whatnot before doing commentary. So I'll find a balance. It's all good, but yeah, let me know what you think about like the sped up turns with really long runs and whatnot. And yeah, we're going to have some really fun bonus clips. So that's the ostrich scaling. Let's get back to talking about the meta. The other option as well is just maximizing your gold generation and your rolls. Basically rolling as many times as possible and then using an ammonite to transform your pets into a mimic octopus in battle. And then those rolls, every 2 rolls you get 1 experience from the ammonite. So basically you're getting stats through experience. Through your rolls. I think I explained that right. But yeah, we're going to see all of that in this, as well as some fun transformations, as well as just some some wild battles. And with the transformations, so you'll see pets, like random pets like that Tarantula Hawk there. That's purely just for the transformation. And I know Tarantula Hawk isn't that great, but my thought is, if I'm scaling the team to 50-50 and then transforming like a level 2 or 3 50-50 pet, and it hits a Tarantula Hawk, that's not the worst thing in the world, and it's probably one of the better uses of Tarantula Hawk, because Tarantula Hawk is just underwhelming as it is. And it's funny that I point that out, because that's actually one of the bonus clips. I know the Tarantula Hawk comes into play on the enemy team, which was a huge surprise. So Hippocampus, I was hoping to get working with this as well, but unfortunately, even if I had the Hippocampus like behind an Anteater, so it'd get multiple mana generations, it just didn't seem that effective. I think if you get it maybe in like second or third position behind a summon unit, the mana generation is good enough to like KO unit, but I don't know, I just felt like if I was dedicating resources to the Hippocampus, the rest of my team kind of fell behind. It feels weird saying that, but that's how, I remember that's how it is. And you see there the coconut crab on the level up as well. That is the gold mine of the transform. I've done that in a couple wild packs so far, and it is absolutely glorious if you transform a level 2 or 3 50-50 unit into a coconut crab. You just spam 3 foods on it, get the permanent coconut. It's absolutely insane. And look at this run here. We have the level 2 Worm of Sand with the Ostrich. And I figured at this point, I need the Worm of Sand to scale my lowest statted units. We're getting the 8 rolls a turn, so we're getting plus 4/4 on both units adjacent to the Worm of Sand. The Ostrich scaling is doing 1/1 right now, but it's turn 10. Next turn, turn 11. Hopefully we can level the Ostrich to level 2 as fast as possible. Already have the Hamster at level 1.5, which is perfect. As long as we can not die. We have 2 hearts remaining. We need 4 more wins now. This run is now looking glorious, and here we go. We're going to speed up the turns a bit. So sorry for the slightly weird audio. I'm going to leave it kind of like a lowered audio here. And we'll see how it goes. 3 boxfish. And there's our chocolate. Got an Ostrich on the 4th roll. Kind of unfortunate, but we get one there. And there's another Ostrich here, so it's like we have time to level it to level 3, but a lot of times when you get the run to this point, there's no reason. Our units are halfway to 50-50. The Worm of Sand is scaling them as well. You can see I'm rotating like the Okapi and Hamster around just to kind of get the lowest statted of the 2 buffed up by the Worm of Sand. And here we go. 200% scaling to the moon. The Nessie is a great option in these roll builds as well. And also the Platybalodon. It is insane. You do not need scaling if you're using Nessie, Platybalodon, what was the other one we were talking about? Ammonite. So basically you'll use like Ammonite in the front to hit your Hamster and your other gold generation pet. And then you'll have your Nessie and your Platybalodon kind of in the back, or maybe you have Nessie in the front, second position Ammonite. And between generating the 50 trumpets, getting the 50-50 Nessie every turn, you can kind of make up for the lack of scaling. So a lot of these runs I was doing a combination of kind of all those. And you'll see the runs get so strong, they get to a point where basically I am ready to transform, and sometimes I transform my strongest unit, or the unit that is carrying. It's a basically like transforming a Nessie, right? When it's the only thing on your team with an ability. So looks like some unfortunate rolls at the end there. The team is almost at 50-50, 8 trophies. We face a turtle pack special with a little sprinkle of golden pack in it. Level 2 turkey. I mean, I respect the team. It's a great team when you face something that doesn't have disruption like my team. But unfortunately for them, I have just enough to get through it. Usually those are great battles right there. The straight stats versus the summon team that gets to thrive. No disruption. It's pretty scary. So freezing a chocolate. Why am I freezing a chocolate, you might ask? I don't know. Let's if you know, you know. If you don't, it's happening. We sell the ostrich for the oyster because we know the ostrich is gone. We're looking for one thing and one thing only. We have rolled an ungodly amount of times. There's the ammonite. Go ahead and bring it in, toss the chocolate. What else can we do here? I guess 3 rolls for one more chocolate. It's kind of the best thing we can ask for. Or another ammonite. There it is. And let's see, what else can we do? We roll one more time. There's another ammonite. So why not? Why not? Let's just make all 3 of our guys ammonites. So how are we going to do this? I think I take a second here to kind of figure out the positioning. It's not too hard to figure out, but I want the melon in front. So I think I settled on that. And here we go. We face one of those teams that you're just very, very happy to see. Turn 14. They've invested like everything in their camel, and then they went snipe team, getting the husky scaling. I mean, it's just not the best team. You see teams like that though, and it typically means like it's a newer player because we've all built thousands of teams like that, right? Thousands of teams. There's nothing wrong with it at all, and it can win just fine. But yeah, you're gonna see the Conpitos come in here. So I think we just Conpito the Nessie. It was very quick at the beginning of this clip into the level 2 hammerhead shark. Unfortunately, we just win the game, so we don't get to see that gold for the hammerhead shark. But yeah, we're gonna rapid fire through some bonus clips here. So here is another one where we transformed into a Siamese cat. I believe it was either a Bigfoot or a weasel. I think I have weasel in this pack for the gold. We transformed something into a Siamese. Now we have a cow. A cow shows up. I skip it. That's actually crazy. I guess we don't need it necessarily. And you see, I'm just looking for a tier 3. I want to scale a little bit more. We're not scaling at all, so we Conpito into a boxfish. The yellow boxfish is the bane of my existence. I cannot escape it. The reason I can't escape it is because I keep throwing it into packs like this where I'm gonna transform. I'm trying to transform into a coconut crab. I put the boxfish intentionally. I put it for this reason. So I'm in a great run and I transform into a boxfish and I have a decision to make. What do I do here? And I decide I can easily move the boxfish back. Just put it in like 3rd or 4th position. I leave it in the front. I say, let's go. We run into a level 3 warthog. So we transform all 3 of our units, and then they get the Warthog stats after. So it's like literally the absolute worst case scenario. I thought that battle was so hilarious. And here you go, it's a combination of the scaling with the ammonite. So you see these units about halfway there, they get the level 3, they get the stats. And unfortunately, we run into an absolute Goliath. Double Tarantula Hawk, Bakunawa. It is so devastating. So the Tarantula Hawk is pretty underwhelming, but watch out. You might run into that team. That team's lurking around every corner. And check this out. We get the Yeti rolls. We instantly get our hamster activations with 9 trophies. So we transform into a level 3 behemoth. And at this point, I'm like, oh, we can keep scaling. And this behemoth can get over 50-50 stats if the game goes long enough. And that could be pretty cool. So I'm like, all right, we'll maybe go for some ostrich rolls. And we got an ammonite as well, which is insane, by the way. And I should probably have the ammonite transforming the ostrich and the platybalodon. But we decide to transform the behemoth again, and we get a cockatrice, which I think is amazing. And do we have a roll, or do we Conpito? This is... it's actually pretty funny. We Conpito the ostrich, and we get a boxfish. Oh, not again. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I I don't know why I do this to myself, but I decide to leave it in the middle position so the Ammonite's going to transform it. I figured, let's see this cockatrice in action. Cockatrice transformed a hammerhead shark, so not the best. We run into a level 3 reindeer, and it's absolutely devastating. It's very close on some of the trades, but we just don't get it done. So here's another one where we have level 3 weasel as our gold generator. I thought this was a great option. A super fun team. And with all that being said, we're going to ride off into the sunset with this bonus clip. If you hung around this long, I really do appreciate it. Let me know what you think of these wild packs. Let me know what you think of the roll synergy. What's your favorite combination of it? As always, have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.